This is Wayside School Gets a Little Stranger, Chapter 16, Mr. Poop. You know how I just love reading stuff like this, guys. Joy, Mauricia, and Jenny were playing jump rope out on the playground. School hadn't started yet. Mauricia and Jenny were twirling, and Joy sang as she jumped. My mama wore pajamas to the grocery store. She smashed a bunch of eggs on the grocery floor. 1 dozen, 2 dozen, 4 dozen, 6. She jumped a bunch of jelly jars into the mix. Grape, jelly, apricot, and don't forget cherry, orange marmalade, and wild strawberry. A man walked by and fell in the glop. He slid next door to the barber's shop. His icky, sticky body got covered in hair. He tore a hole in his under. Joy tripped over the rope. It wasn't her fault. Mauricia had suddenly stopped twirling. Hey, said Joy, what's the big deal? Or what's the big idea? Look, said Mauricia. A very handsome stranger was walking toward them. The girls stared at him. Good morning, Mauricia, said the stranger. Jenny, Joy. Hey, how do you know my name? Mauricia asked nervously. She wasn't supposed to talk to strangers. Oh, I've known you a long time. I see you almost every day, said the stranger. Mauricia was beginning to feel scared. She looked around for Louis, the art teacher, but didn't see him. Hey, I can scream real loud, she warned. Oh my gosh, said Jenny. It's Louis. Mauricia looked at the stranger. He did sort of look like Louis, except his hair was combed and his shirt was tucked in. He was wearing a tie and there was skin between his nose and his mouth. He shaved off his mustache. That's Mr. Louis to you, said Louis. I'm a teacher and I expect to be treated with respect. You want to play jump rope, Mr. Louis? Asked Mauricia. Louis was great at jump rope. He could even do it blindfolded. He was the one who taught Joy the song she was singing at the beginning of the story. No, thank you, Mauricia. I don't play games, said Louis. I'm an adult. But you're a yard teacher, said Jenny. No, I'm a professional playground supervisor, Louis corrected her, and he walked away. Wow, whispered Mauricio. I never knew Louis was so handsome. Jenny patted her heart. I think I'm in love, she said. Oh, I thought he looked kind of goofy, said Joy. Up in class, everyone was talking about the new Louis. He looks so weird without his mustache, said Calvin. He's handsome, said Bebe. He got mad at me for running across the blacktop, complained John. He made me go all the way back to the edge of the blacktop, then walk across it. And I had to call him Mr. Louis. I am very proud of Louis, said Mrs. Drizzle. He has always been a troublemaker, but I think he's trying to be good, and we should all give him a chance. Joy stared at Mrs. Drizzle. It's your fault, she thought. You made him shave off his mustache. At recess, Louis refused to pass out the balls. I have not washed them yet, he said. You're going to wash the balls? Asked Eric Bacon. They're filthy, and they all have the wrong amount of air in them. I don't care, said Eric Fry. I do, said Louis. Before I can let you play with them, I have to clean them up and pump them up with the precise amount of air as specified by Poops. Poops? Asked Eric Ovens. The professional organization of playground supervisor, explained Louis. He showed them the Poops handbook. Well, what are we supposed to do? Asked Eric Fry. Just play and have fun, said Louis. But remember, stay off the grass. No running on the blacktop, no eating, no excessive shouting. The 3 Erics walked away. What a booger brain, muttered Eric Bacon. Louis heard him. That is Mr. Booger Brain to you, young man, he said. The next day, when the kids tried to go outside for recess, they only made it down to the 4th floor. The stairs were completely jammed with other kids from lower classrooms. Hey, what's going on? Shouted Joy. Louis won't let anyone outside, somebody shouted back. He's painting the blacktop. Oh, but I have to go to the bathroom, yelled Stephen. Now he's gone too far, said Joy. Excuse me, out of my way. Sorry, coming through, she said as she squeezed in and out of kids, crawled through their legs, climbed over their heads until she made her way to the door at the bottom of the stairs. Louis was slopping black paint across the blacktop. Joy could see him through the glass door. Next to him was a big bucket of paint. Mr. Louis! She shouted so loud that even the kids back up on the 4th floor had to put their hands over their ears. He came to the door. What are you doing? Joy demanded. The blacktop isn't black, explained Louis. It's gray. A blacktop is supposed to be black. It's right here on page 43 of the Poop's Handbook. He opened the book, and he showed page 43 to Joy. Joy grabbed that book, and she threw it across the gray top, and it landed plop in the bucket of the black paint. And all the kids behind her cheered her. You're the Poop, said Joy. Louis's red face turned even redder. The place where his mustache used to be turned purple. That's Mr. Poop to you. Next week, we'll be on chapter 17. Tune back in. See you later, guys. Bye.